What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jay Renee with Prison Ride Radio. Hope that you're doing well. This afternoon, I'm here with the brother Hareem Mitchell. He's gonna give us some updates on his organization, all right, the Dream Organization. So, without further delay, let's jump right into it. All right, bro, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm blessed to be alive. However, I'm tired of being in my environment. Paddock Road, JC Vaughn, prison down Dover. Down Kent County somewhere.
For sure, we understand that. I know you were saying that you have some updates. So, what's going on?
Oh man, the administration is kicking it back and they coming back hard. So I'm a prisoner down here, this prison down in Delaware. However, we had a little bit of turmoil because we was reaching out to these politicians and we were trying to get some redress about the conditions. Really, we was trying to get we was talking about the conditions of the Delaware justice system, the state thereof, and the fact that they've been violating the people's and the subjects, the public and the private, violating their rights, their constitutional rights, as far as a fair and a lawful due process. However, when we reached out to the politicians like Sarah McBride and Larry Lambert and Lister Minor Brown, all these different public officials, Matt Meyer, Kathleen Jennings, when we reached out to all these people, basically the response was they started an investigation in DOC with the prison and whatnot, and it seems that culminated to an investigation in DOC, but now they're talking about, prison conditions. They ain't had no AC. We had a heat wave around Juneteenth. Around Juneteenth, we had a heat wave, and we had a rally, the Dream Organization, which I'm a part of, we had a rally around on Juneteenth. But during the heat wave, some officials came in here and they realized it was so hot and people were sweating, people passing out, and, regularly people be dying in this prison, and it's very seldom reported on or publicized. So they thrown AC in the prison, and then they start getting back on us, the different people reaching out. They start moving some of the brothers. They just had John Chatwin all in the paper. They just had Fennell Bain all in the paper. They both got moved out of prison. And I think Xavier Xerxes, I forgot his name. One of the reporters reached out. They did that interview. They did another interview. Their mom and they people on the street been talking to the media, basically explaining the pushback. They got them on sanctions. They talking about we can't make three-way calls no more. There's all this nonsense, and they keep threatening us with reaching out and talking about different conditions. But really, we just trying to stop them from distracting the public with the narrative of the prison conditions. Even though the conditions in here are messed up, it's really just taking the attention away from the true issues that is the lawful due process of these criminal cases that been held against these prisoners for too long. Sorry, I'm long-winded.
Nah, you okay? So, what's the next move?
So the next move is putting everybody on dual notice as far as putting everybody on dual notice, because our next recourse at this point is we gotta follow everything by the book and give everybody opportunity, because the next step is to file claims, tort claims, however we gotta do it, going to the ABA bar on these judges, which are the courts. Newcastle, Sussex, and in Kent County. Putting them on due notice. The president, judge, Judge Wallace, Kathleen Jennings, because we got this big joint with the Erlinger case and whatnot, and what's basically going on is a lot of inmates, I think it's like 300-400 people, been filing trying to get recourse and redress because we were wrongly, the trial jury was excluded from their true and proper proper lawful function to prescribe the sentencing in our cases. However, the lawful due process was supposed to be extended to us and exercised when we're subjected to the criminal courts has never taken place. You know what I mean? And that's emphasized by the new statutes or bills, House bills and Senate bills that they've been proposing. You know what I mean? And they just changed the policy in Delaware courts where now the jury is being included in that function. But all the people that already have been prosecuted, they basically trying to circumvent us from the relief. And we're the reason that they bringing it up. So how you gonna circumvent us? But y'all been violating the whole time. We can't never look past that. So we just basically trying to put the prosecutor, the AG or whatever, Attorney General, put her on notice, and then we gotta put all these public officials on notice. And we going to the ODC. Because the ODC is the people that can really hold them accountable. These courts, you know what I mean, hold them accountable in their public capacity, and then later on we might have to file a civil claim for the commonalities in their private capacity. So it's just trying to put all these things together and put everybody on notice on a fair and even transparent plane, so everybody is on equal footing, so we can have a proper assessment and proper cause for relief.
Okay, I can dig it. You know, this platform, there's a lot of activists and advocates that listen, but there's also a lot of, just regular people. So, what would you tell regular people that are trying to get involved? How could they start?
I would say reach out to some of those names that I just mentioned. Marie Pickney, Brian Townsend, Larry Lambert, Kerry Hoffner, Matt Meyer, Kyle Gay. He's I think like the Deputy Attorney General or something. All these type of people, they are all public officials of Delaware. So they are your local representatives and senators and whatever, and they supposed to represent the interests of the public. And we are the public. If we're being subjected and our rights are being violated, I mean, you see this stuff on the news every day. Well, I mean, we've been in the paper lately. I mean, the news journal. This is all Dream Organization participants. I mean, we ain't got nothing else in here to do but try to look up and read something and learn something and try to get out of this situation and try to rehabilitate ourselves because they not doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they want to help. They want to help. They got to look up the Dream online. I think we got the social medias jumping. And then, reach out to your public officials. I think I'm on Facebook at Mitchell Free Me. You know what I mean? Catch me on Facebook, gettingout.com. You can catch me, Hareem Mitchell, 488-595. Shout out to the Dream Organization and the organizers. I think we on IG and we on Facebook. So, reach out. You know what I mean? Reach out and keep our name out there. Push our name out there. Call these public officials and ask them what's going on. Because Senate Bill 10, Senate Bill 58, 57, taking time limitations off post-conviction relief, those got denied. You know what I mean? Senate Bill 10 got passed, but Senate Bill 57, 58 got denied. And the only reason it was proposed is because that they've been violating people's rights this whole time. You know what I mean? But the public didn't know about 57, 58. That's why it didn't go through. Because they didn't have the right publicity and the right momentum behind it. You know what I mean? So on the back end, now we still in the same situation. If we want forensic relief, if we want some type of post-conviction relief, we get time barred. Because they in the same occupation or the same operation that's always been trying to impose summary judgments that have never been properly administered. If they want to help, that's just, try to get in tune with the people who is supposed to be working for you. You know what I mean?